Hello everyone, this is FallenDice and welcome to episode 5 of the Burpcraft Feed the Beast with FallenDice. So, today we're taking a break from the bees. And there we go, come over here. As you can see, there's a couple of our spawn houses that have kind of started to get built up here. So, I figured it was time for me to finally get around to that. This, I guess you would call it kind of like a mini prank. Renevo was asking for us to, save all the marble we could, because I guess, he's done a lot of marble work on the power plant over there. So we ended up with a bunch of backed up chests, and someone, not sure who, decided, since Renevo loved it so much to, fill his plot with marble. One stack per chest. So yeah. Um, Over here, we got Shoe Dog has made the start on his spawn, and it's one thing you can say about Shoe. He does not do the same thing twice ever, and every time it is definitely unique and impressive and cool. He's got the big rubber trees going, but I have to say I really I really do like what he's got started so far, and I can only guess what he's gonna do afterwards. But as I said, Shoe, while he may like to downplay his abilities, has quite the architectural touch, I would say, when it comes to his buildings. And so we had Jaren's got going over here, and I think A-Town has built like a little house over there. So we got a couple of the buildings going up. So figured let's go ahead and get started since we've been doing bees for the last few episodes. Actually, almost all my episodes. So yeah, so we'll do something a little different this time. So I don't have any arrows on me. I don't think I have any here either. All right, well. Let me fix that real fast. I finally broke down and got the Ender rucksack, which lets you access the Ender chest if you've watched previous videos. And then we got the canvas sacks from Red Power 2, so I can go through there and place different items. So we've got the mob spawners. Yeah, if you ever need arrows, we just come here. So here's what we got so far, oh, and it's already changed since last night. Got wireless or redstone, some timers and things. So dead man switch on off. That's new. Oh, okay, for different items. Cool. Over here we got all of the zombie pigmen we're dropping, and they really have been busy. This is definitely different than it was, like I said last night. And then here's where the skeletons drop, and as you can see, plenty of arrows. So there we go. This is ridiculous. Like you flip the switch, and these are all level 5 soul shards up there, so it fills up instantly, and then you get like a couple, 50 levels automatically just from letting it sit for a couple minutes. So really cool, and especially if you get with like the zombie and skeleton spawner, so you're just running back and forth, so you're just constantly running over to the enchanting area. And the enchanting area right now is full of enchanting books. People are just going over here and enchanting the books, trying to get different things. So got a few cool things so far. So we got carrots and zombie flesh. So yeah, it definitely looks like this is a work in progress. And as it goes, we actually have a creeper shard all the way at level 5. We don't have a way of, I guess, instant killing them. The zombies and skeletons are simple health potion splash, and they all die. Makes it pretty cool. Yep. So anyway, let's head back to our plot and go over what we plan on. So what I did is I dug out the 48 by 48 perimeter, and that was just to kind of give me a feel for the size of a plot, or of my plot. Now my house obviously isn't going to take up the entire area. What I would like to do is put in some kind of uh, pond, lake, something like that, with trees and things, and you kind of give it really the feel like it's part of the surroundings. Because that's one of the things we're doing here is we're not making squared off plots. It's just You find a space that's within range of town and not over someone else's, and you center it and just build around it, and then we'll do some types of walkways and things to get there eventually. So I'm planning on doing something along the lines of what I did in my Better Than Buildcraft world, my cabin. Because the cabin seems like it would definitely fit out here. It's got the rustic, it's not industrial, and it fits in with the building materials that we used. And I'm kind of excited because when I built it the first time, obviously it wasn't vanilla, but it was just better than Wolves and Buildcraft, which still limited me in what I could use for materials. So I've got a lot more that I can play with as far as for the looks on the both exterior and interior. So I think I can make a really cool looking town plot here. So first thing though, again, like I said, we're gonna mark out an area for the building, just a floor, a basic size of the floor. That way I have the idea of the surroundings so I can terraform the rest of the ground around me to balance into it, create like a little pond, and once I've got the outside done, then we'll start actually working on the building itself, because I want to make sure that it looks good from all around. So I'm going to do a little thinking here, get the like I said, the size of my building where it's going to fit, and then we'll come back and play around a little bit with our bushes and trees and water and that. Alright, so got the initial. So here's the basic size of my spawn house, and this is a lot larger than the one that I had in our previous spawn village. What we have here, the two areas, this is the building, and this is a patio, wraparound patio that comes around the front. Still kind of basing it loosely, closely. I'm not going back and forth and looking at it. I just remember the way it kind of looked, and so I'm doing similar to that. So this is going to be a patio outside, and over here. Out here is going to be the building comes out here. I won't explain it now. You'll see it as it kind of comes together. I filled in the water here so that we can kind of make our own. So now that we've got the patio out here, we can totally, say, design like a pond that comes out around in here, over to there, and comes back around. Goes underneath the patio, so the patio will actually be out with some supports holding it up here, which will be kind of cool looking. My original of this was on the top of a mountain. I toyed with the possibility of terraforming this into a giant hill larger than the ones around, but that seems silly to go and pick this area here and then make it a giant monstrosity. And besides, I just want the view, and the view when we get up to, I'd say probably about this high will be where the second floor is. So we'll still be able to see. And let's go ahead and extend our distance a little bit, just so we can actually see the town. We should be able to see it. Oh, okay, as it all comes in. But from up here, from the window, you'll be able to see Renevo's plot there. I think it's Conky's over there. Jaren's, and then slowly we'll see our spawn town start to come into view. And you can see the trees from Shoe Dogs. So we'll have a view, and there's a couple. Looks like there's a couple spots. I think Burns is going to be going right over there. So I mean, I'll have a view of a couple cool places, and I think it'll look pretty. It'll look good as it slowly starts to come in. So now what we got to do is basically get our water area, plant some trees and stuff. So I'm going to kind of play around with this a little bit. Maybe I'll record this and we'll time lapse it to show us how it actually happens. But yeah, so I'm going to play around this a little bit, and I'll be back in a few. Alright, so here we are. And actually I think this turned out rather well. I like how the pond looks. Got the sugar cane and stuff in here growing over on the side. Um, Added some bone meal around and some trees to kind of make it a little less barren. It also definitely helps it to blend in with the rest of the terrain around us. So far looking pretty good. I think we're definitely going to have to go up one more level, so I'm going to have to decide what I want the base level to be where you can actually see it above the ground. That way I can actually have a little room between the deck and the water here. So let me do a little thinking here on the base of the house, and then I'll come back when I'm ready to start putting this into the next part of our build. Alright, so placed in our floor. Floor is going to be one level up, so I'm thinking I'm probably going to have two entrances. May have to get rid of this here tree just because I don't like where its placement is compared to where I would like the entrance to be. So we'll have one entrance that is going to be pretty much like about right here. Yeah, we'll just stick this here for the moment just to kind of say this is where it's going to be, or somewhat around there. Right, so we'll go up into here. How far does that give me? 4, 5, 6, 5. I may need to go more. Because I want to make sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A wall. There's our entrance here. Okay. So that'll be the entrance coming in. We'll have a room over here. Want to give it a little 8 wide. Hallways coming down here. Probably something around here. I'll figure out the insides. I'll figure out the insides once we've got the thing built. That's kind of how I normally do. I end up with a giant gaping warehouse-looking thing, and then I'll start constructing rooms. And then from the rooms, then we'll actually get into decorating, which is something I really like to do. But I want to get the basics of the exterior built. So let's see. I think this part here is probably going to be half slabs coming up and over for the deck. And then obviously we'll do some kind of like either fence post, or we'll figure out, I don't know exactly what I want to use for my supports, but something down to the bottom that'll kind of be holding it up. I wish I could have gone up one more higher, but I don't want the entirety of the building to be up that much higher. So we're going to leave it at the way it is here like this. I brought in a whole bunch of oak wood. So we're going to run a similar style along the base, I think. What we're going to start with. I think this is going to be definitely one of those projects that's really going to evolve as we go through it. I mean, I could keep the basic style of the the wooden planks going up, like, or not the wooden planks, the logs going up. And I don't want it to be an exact copy though. And it's definitely going to be an oak cabin-ish thing anyway, so it's going to be a little bit different. But I plan on keeping the cobble down. So, anyway, I think to start off with, we'll at least get the floor heights done. And then we can start working on what the actual floors look like after a point. Now, let's see. 3 high ceiling is what I'd like to go for. And then from there, we go with the too high at this point. And purpose for that is I want to be able to have my lighting in the ceilings not affect the floors. And that's one of those things that gets kind of left out, I think, when a lot of people are building, is they tend to make the mistake of just leaving one block between the floor and the ceiling, and that causes issues when you're trying to do lighting and stuff. Now another possibility would be to maybe go up 3 high between the two, so you can actually put some redstone in between the floors and whatnot. But I think if I use the walls right, I can run the redstone power along the area, the floor level, and then put in the covers and stuff above that to conceal it with whatever floor I decide to use upstairs. So 2 should be fine. But we'll go ahead and do this here. So it's going to be 5 high is what we're doing. This one goes over there and there, up again, there, and there. Now, it does make me have come to the question already now, as far as the design style. I'm thinking I only want one of these to be the oaks. So what we'll probably end up doing is go with the plank type across the sides, and then do the that across the top, which it is going to be similar to what we've already done in the town, but we'll see. Now, this is probably going to be one of those projects where I'm going to change it quite a few different times as I make it through it. But anyway, so that's where we are right now. So let me go ahead and take care of this part here, and we'll see how this looks like as we maneuver along. And then so we can see if we want to maybe make some changes or something. So anyway, I'm going to do this real quick. I will be back shortly. Alright, so it's update time. And so far I think actually I like in the way this is going to look. So we're just going to use straight up logs for everything instead of the logs and the planks. So that looks pretty cool. I've started the nice little patio area over here, and we've built out the extension. And again, like I said, you'll understand this once I get to the next floor and start moving up towards the roof, what this is going to be. But that's kind of ready to start moving out, sticking out. And haven't decided if I want to use glass panes or glass blocks yet. We'll look at it and see how it turns out, see which one I think looks the best. But at this point, I've also decided I'm going to go 4 blocks high for a floor. So with the windows being that high, so this will be the ceiling level here. Then there'll be another floor block level above it, and then we'll start up that next floor there. So I'm going to go ahead and cap this off here. I haven't decided quite what block I want to use, but maybe I'll use like the pine paneling or something like that. But we'll just do that just to put the ceiling in. I can always change that in each room as I go. Then I can put the floor above and then start the next layer. So anyways, I will be back when I am a little bit further along. Alright, so I've got the roof put in now. Nice and tall, lots of space here. And then I went ahead and added in the same birch floor. Now we're going to go ahead and get started on the roof part, which means I actually need to change this up a little bit here, because as I always say, things definitely change and evolve as we go. So I wanted the roof to start out at the level right above the windows, and since we're basically going too high with the floor, that means that the stairs are going to be up there and then here and then work their way up. The top floor is definitely going to be smaller than the bottom, just because it's going to angle its way up. But we do have ways of increasing the size of the upstairs, which you'll see as we get to that point. But the beginnings of it are going to be semi-normal. You can see we're here. So, like I said, that goes there. And then this just comes across here. And then, of course, continues up as we go here. Now, where we start getting into the trickiness is how we're going to start going out. And let me just take a peek here. I remembered how I did this the first time. Actually, I think I do want to, like the name FallenDice's Axe O' Doom. Been having a little bit of fun, seeing as it's pretty much ridiculously easy to get experience, naming all my items. Alright, so we are going to put you back in like this. Woo! And like that. And also, I was sitting there getting hit by a zombie, and I wasn't even taking partial heart damage or anything. I've added like feather falling to my quantum boots, which just seems kind of silly until you look and realize that that one time you fall when your boots have run out of juice and you die, feather falling on it means that I will never have that issue. I've also added aqua affinity and respiration to the helmet and thorns to my chest and just regular protection. So I'm pretty kind of silly how powerful this armor is, but anyway, all right, so we're here. I think what happens at this first level is we'll go like that, and from now on we're going to start going up a layer. So at this point, it's going to be like that. Let's see, let me just get some regular. Well, I'm just going to use just what I got in my inventory because it's not going to be the final version of what's there, but just so we can continue to take this up. Alright, until we're centered, and then we'll basically start doing the same thing on the other side. And that's this kind of this cool little feature that comes out over the balcony and adds a fairly large space to this upper room here. Alright, so right now it's one, we're over there, and that leaves two more, one of which being the center. Alright. Which means on this side it's going to be like that. Oops, I should probably get rid of that. Alright. And I need to get rid of something just so I can... Let's see. I need to make some of those anyway, so I'm going to dump this for now. Let's see. I need to make a few of these. Now, what am I doing? I want the exact... Oh, there we go. There we go. Put you here, and we'll dump you there. And that will be the top, I think. Look at it from this side. Get the angle. That doesn't look too bad. Wondered if I put maybe oops, whoa. Put maybe like a half slab underneath the stairs. There, there. Oops, nope, didn't want to do that. Right about over here. Actually, if I come over to the middle, I should be able to reach it fairly well. There we go. Alright. How does that change the look of it? What I may have to do is use some microblocks here. But before I do that, let's go ahead and fill in the rest of this to kind of get the feel for how it's going to look when it's more filled in. And this is actually going to go further in that way to kind of become part of the addition with the other roof. There we go. And again, like I said, this is just trying to get a feel for how it's going to look before we move on. Alright. Change you around again. Okay, and then we'll come step back and take a peek at this and see. Because that gives it more of its... Okay, I definitely don't like that half slab there, so I'm going to have to get rid of that. You know what, let me finish both sides of this. Throw my glass in there, and then we'll see how this... Well, not the glass, but just finish the other part of this, and then we'll take a look at this again and see how it looks. So I'll be right back. All right, so there we are. That's got both sides of it done, and that does look a lot better. I do like how that looks. And again, as we start um, adding in the other parts of the roof, I think it'll look a lot better. In addition, we also haven't put any of the glass in. That's going to be on the fronts of here. But this up here, this is my bedroom. This is going to be my master bedroom with the view looking out over here. So I'll see Renevo's over there. I can see parts of Shoe Dogs. I think I said that was Conky. Over that way, Burns is doing some stuff, and yeah. So I do like how this view is turning out, and I think this is actually working out pretty well. So I'm going to get back and complete the rest of the roof here, and then we'll get a look at to see how the outside, at least of our spawn house, is going to look. So, anyways, like I said, I will continue on and be back in a few. All right, so I'm thinking that needs to get. Man, I'd love to jump through this window. I need to adjust this a little bit here. I think that's how I was making it work, so maybe I just have to do glass there. Again, look at it from up here. Yeah, that fits more the way that this... Okay, yeah, so I just need to do it on this side as well, too, I bet. Yep. Oops. See if I can't make the jump this way. There we go. Alright, so... what we did is you're missing completely, and you get replaced with that. Alright, there we go. Glass is going to help this look a lot better, too. And this isn't going to be just a solid wall like this. I just didn't know yet where the windows were going to go, and I was trying to get the roof in, so we just kind of ended up moving along like this. So throw this in here for the moment, and I don't know, I might even have like a small... I haven't decided whether or not, because see, 1, 2, 3, 4, it would put our roof up here. Like that. Now what I can do is, maybe I'll make the two bookends of the upstairs have the full height of the ceiling and take this the rest of the way. So it's something. I'm going to go ahead and do this for now. We'll go ahead and put this up as a ceiling. And what we can always do is come back later and dig out the areas that we decide not to do this with. So anyways, let me finish up in here, and then we'll work on the windows here. So yeah, let me do that real fast, and I'll be right back. So as we're working along, I decided to change the way this looks, because if we come on this side, let me go over there, you'll see we have the different angles of our oak wood. So it's not a different color, so it didn't look like it was something different. It just was not fitting. So I started with making them all point down so it would match up. But I liked having the wood visible on the windows here all the way around. And then I came up with something I remember doing a long time ago, back before I started making videos and stuff, and that was using the darker colored log to make it look like you got the little valiances, blinds, shutters. There we go. So when you stick the glass inside, it makes it look like it's, got some shutters on the outside, which I think is kind of cool. I like how that looks here. Gives it a little more, I think, a little better texture and color, but it still has the lumber or the logs, so we still have the log cabin type look here. Now I still have windows to put up here on the second floor, but we're starting to get somewhere on this, and I am probably going to come up here as well and add this in to give the roof a little better look on its way up as well. So yeah, let me see what I can do as far as windows. Play with this a little bit, and we'll see how it's looking, and add glass for the rest of our building and a couple doors as well too. So we're making our way there. It's definitely coming along, but so far I'm liking how it's looking. All right, I like how that looks. I think what I am going to do is go up on the very top though and take out the bottom of that and put in some more of this dark pine. I love that shutter look, and I think that will make me happy with how it looks. Yep. So let me get back up here. Let's see. All I gotta do is, oops, bring that back in here. Get rid of you. I'm definitely gonna have to go make me some more, or make or get me. I don't know if there's probably a ton of glass in spawn. There always is a ton of everything these days. It's kind of nice when you're doing stuff like this, not to have to worry about it. All right, that looks nice. Now, the one thing I'm not liking is the roof itself. It looks so much similar to that. I almost wish I'd gone with a different colored roof now. Hmm. I may go back. I may go back and redo the roof later with. I'm curious what it would look like with these. I really am now. Let's see what we can do here. I just want to test this out. All right, and so that's how we look with the regular wooden roof. And all I did was take off the edge there. Honestly, I do kind of like how that looks. It's a different look. If I could get a darker wood, make the stairs out of, and maybe there is something, let me know too. Maybe there's something, a wood out there I need to go searching for to find and just farm it myself to get the real darker roof. But for now, I think that looks pretty good. And we got plenty of light, plenty of windows and whatnot. Gonna have to do a bit of inside planning though. And that's the tough part about where we're heading to next is once you start lining up your interiors and making rooms and stuff, sometimes your windows don't quite match up, and that requires us to go outside and start playing around with things. And that's one of the reasons why I haven't done this yet. Up here, we're going to have a couple more similar to what's on the other side, but smaller coming out here, and those will be for like some larger bedrooms upstairs. But I want to wait till I can make sure I know what I'm doing down here so I can kind of try and center it in the rooms down here. So, I think what we'll do first is I do want to finish up the bottom floor here, so we'll continue on with our pine shutters on the rest of these areas. I can definitely put in my glass over here now. And decided if I wanted to go. I did it like this because if I went with the glass panes, I could kind of come over here like this and see how that looked. So I may check that out. Yeah, let's do that real fast. Let's see how this looks just for this part of the I'm using the wrong one. For this part of our build here. I think it looks better like this anyway. So I think this area here will go with the glass panes. I like that. Now the door that goes over here. Let's see how the door works out with the panes. Because sometimes it's not about how something by itself looks, but by yep. And there's the problem right there. See, that kind of sucks. So what happens if we were to go like this? You know what? That works. Alright. So we'll go with panes for the majority of this, but where the door comes out, we'll go ahead and stick with the glass blocks because that gives it the ability to meet up with the door. Nice. Okay, cool. Alright, well I'm going to finish this, tweak up the windows around here, and then we'll head up there. Alright, so I got up here and I started doing the panes again like on the bottom. I just don't like how this looks the way it comes up. So I started playing a little bit with just like the regular glass blocks. it just looks better. So I think that's probably what we're going to end up doing here. So let's see kind of how it looks as we break out a few more, but barring some kind of just horrible... No, yeah, that's definitely how we're going to have to do it. So some places, you know, the panes do look nice, but then there's a lot of times where you just have to go with the regular blocks just because the panes don't quite match up with things the way you'd like them to. So anyway, this looks alright, so I'm going to finish this up real fast. Alright, so there's how this looks here. Now then the question now is, do I want to go ahead and replace these with floor slabs and increase the size of the room, or possibly take the glass panes up into that area as well? I think it actually looks pretty good this way. So we'll go ahead and just do that like this. There we go. So again, this is the view of my bedroom. Not bad, not bad. And I haven't done over there yet. And I definitely need to make a way down now, because I haven't done stairs yet either. So for now, we're just going to put a hole in the floor. As you can see, I've got the windows done now, and I have them done so that I don't have any glass in a window or a room wall or partition, however you want to put it. So basically, we're going to come walking in here, and this is my hallway. It's going to basically go from one entrance all the way to the other entrance. We have one small room here, large windows. This is going to be my kitchen, and it's going to have a door that feeds into here, and this large room here will be my dining room. So I'll be putting a large table in here, decorating it up rather fancy, maybe some type of chandelier-ish look type of thing. Well, we got lots to play with in that area. Then I have two rooms here, similar-ish sizes. This one's just a tad bit bigger. That one doesn't have the division in the middle. But it actually, if you look, it matches. Sort of. But that will give me, and I may actually revisit this. Look at that. I want this to be a large room for the dining room, but I might be able to change this a little bit and at least be able to put in a middle one here. You know what? Actually, I could. That would actually be really easy to do. Alright, so we're going to move this over one spot, but that'll allow us to have the normal wood in between these, so it looks more like the shade or the other shades from outside. And of course, you see coming out here. Now, my stairs is either going to be here or here. I haven't decided which yet, because I have, this is the large room with the view out the panes. Not sure exactly yet what I'll do here. Could be like, I think I might make this a bar. I did that in my last, or in the Better Than Buildcraft world, and it looked to turn out really nice to have like a little bar area here leading out into our porch. And I'm going to put the glass panes because I like how this looks. I used it for the railing in the Ender on our last world, and I liked how it looked. But Shoe Dog did something really cool with it in this world, and he took like the micro blocks and put like a little wood paneling across the top, and it looks really cool. So I'm going to be doing that with mine as well. So here's our outdoor patio, and I will be putting in some patio furniture out here and a hot tub and a few other things. But as you can see now, this heads up to there. Let's see how we're looking from a distance now. We're starting to come together. Not too bad. Not bad at all. That'll look cool. We fill that in a little bit more. And I don't know, I'll have to see. I may be changing some block types or block colors yet as I, get further into this, just to find out what I think is going to look better. But so far, I'm all right with this. I do not, if I were to change the rooftop, I'm going to have to get a different patio block, 'cause I don't want the patio floor and the roof to be the same color. So it's still that. But, not too shabby. Now, the last thing I'm going to do here so far, because we're going to keep working on this in our next episode, is we'll copy that over to here. And I'll do that off camera. The next thing is going to be, we'll start setting up the rooms downstairs. And then the rooms upstairs here, stairwells, and all that kind of stuff. So, I think we're going to go ahead and call this an episode here. I think we've definitely got a good start on our spawn house. And I want to make it like, smaller-ish episodes. So I think by doing it like this in a couple episodes, instead of trying to jam it all into one, it won't be a super long one. And it'll give me time to get feedback as far as what you guys think. So first off, let's head back outside. And let me know... Oops, got a feet so I can move faster again. Let me know what you guys think. First off, do we want to switch out the roof to this lighter colored, or keep it the darker tone that it already is, which unfortunately matches up awfully much with the wood there. Let me know what you think on that. I think I am probably going to want to change this, but we'll see. And it's also going to change how things look over on the side here as well. And trying to think if there's anything else to ask you guys about. I think that's pretty good. So yeah, let me know what you think about that, and then we'll continue on our next episode with the roof, depending on feedback I get from that. And yeah, so I guess that'll complete this one here. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.